bit.
Entering play call, X-slant. HD win.
And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. Second down and long.
Triangle button. Triangle
To
button.
throw his car.
Circle button. Triangle button.
And seeing nowhere to throw, he
Entering
chucks this
play
one away
call,
from
coach
harm. Incomplete.
suggestions.
That was third down.
Their partner guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make third down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big third down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
Shotgun. Y shallow cross.
Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down.
Circle button. R1 button.
Now Carr.
Cross button. Square button.
That's complete to his tight end, Waller. And he'll only get this to the 14 as he'll come up well short of the first down.
Entering
So the
play
completion
call,
results there in 9
suggestions.
yards. And that's going to bring up a fourth down. 6-0 our score after one. Second quarter now, and it's Las Vegas with the football.
Player, formation, play type, special, RP, run, pass. Option is set to play action. Option is set, play action, pass sprint HD flat. Pass switch did. Square button.
They'll go for it. It's Carr.
Circle button. Cross button.
And this is caught, but they say out of bounds. It would have been a first down, but he couldn't stay in, and as a result, they're going to have to give up the football. Well, their first fourth down attempt earlier was successful. This one backfires for a turnover on downs.
I like their aggressiveness. I like what they're doing. They got it the first time they went for it. Why not a second time? I don't think they'll be daunted from attempting it again. If you're on the defensive side of the ball, though, any fourth down stop is a big momentum play.
Herbert going to lead up the Chargers here, 1st and 10 at their own 14-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And incomplete on the deep ball.
The offense schemed going 5 wide, trying to create a chance for the big shot, and they took it. If he comes down with that one, that's a huge offensive swing. But credit the defense with a nice play, knocking that one away.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Here's Herbert. He'll drop this one off to Eckler. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 15.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
The Raiders call on a nickel set here for third down. Herbert. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep. Try and throw some air under it and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they were unsuccessful.
On fourth down, J.K. Scott ready to punt it away. Let's take it inside his own 40. Ooh, with a juke. Following the punt return here, there is someone shaken up. Boy, you always hate to see injuries, especially tough here in week 1. Just hoping this is nothing serious. We'll take a quick timeout.
Entering franchise. Call timeout is challenge play stats coaching. Pop-up menu. You have 3 options. Depth chart is medical center is selected. Entering injury report screen. 9 rows for call. Player name K Fackrell. Player name A Leatherwood. Position RG. Injury type bruised sternum. Injury length out for game. Injury length. Injury length 4 weeks. Injury type dislocated ankle. Position MLG. Player name D. Perryman. Player name M. Kaiser. Position MLG. Injury type complete MCLT. Injury length placed on error. Injury length 4 weeks. Injury length. Injury type. Position lobe. Player name K. Fackrell. Player name A. Leatherwood. Charger selected. Player name N. Eamon. Player name D. James Jr. Position SS. Injury type shoulder strain. Injury length ready to play. Injury length TBD. Injury type ankle. Position MLG. Player name N. Eamon. Player name M. Filer. Player name J. Jackson. Player name Mo Beckham Jr. Position W. Injury type complete ACL. Injury length out for season. Entering franchise. Entering play call. Play type. Run. Counter. HP counter. Draw. Circle button. Contact. Cross button.
Carr now on first down. Quickly a slant to Renfro. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. It's a gain of 13 for number 13, and it gives him a first down.
I think it's easy to say not many people expected 100 catches or 1,000 yards out of Hunter Renfro last season. But it's time to set those low expectations aside. He's one of the breakout players at receiver in the NFL and one of the better players at his position. Picks up a first down there for him on that play.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Triangle button.
On the draw, this is Barkley. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature and make sure you don't get hurt.
T-attack. T-drive. Drive. T-drive.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Play action. Now it's Carr.
Circle button. Circle button. Square button.
And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's 3rd.
Well, to me, there was no question about the intent there, and I think he was a little fortunate that the penalty flag didn't come out for grounding. But he'll get away with it and get another shot on 3rd down.
AHP dive alerts. Stretch alert looking. Zone split alert smoke. 26 low alert X smoke.
And this offense on 3rd down today, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 8. On 3rd down, Barkley. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down. Maybe I'm wrong, but it looked like even if he had opted to keep that, I don't think there was going to be much to gain.
Seemed like it was perfectly defense. And know what they say? Those guys on the other side, they get paid too.
Entering play call. Coach suggestions. There are 8 categories. You have 15 options. Field goal 51 yards is selected. Field goal 50. FG sprint out pass. Gun plan. There are 8. Player. There are 8. Formation. There are 8 categories. Play type. There are 8 categories. RPO. Special. Pass. Screen. Floor the screen.
So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 8 categories. You have 18 options. Field goal 56 yards is selected. Gun plan. There are 8. Player. There are 8. Formation. There are 8. Play type. There are 8. Personnel. There are play special. Option is set to clock management. Option is set to special teams. Option is set to clock management. Option is set to special team. Pass. Special. Special. Fick FG sprint. Fick FG punt.
Well, the offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 8 categories. You have 12 options. Punt is selected.
On 4th down, A.J. Cole comes on to punt. And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. So that'll be marked down as a 19-yard punt. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. We'll remind you that coming up tonight, the first Sunday nighter of the new season. And how about this for a matchup? The Buccaneers and the Cowboys from Dallas, 8:20 Eastern. Then tomorrow, Monday night, just one game here in Week 1 this year. And it'll pit the Broncos and Seahawks as Russell Wilson makes his Bronco debut. And, of course, where is it? Seattle. Coincidence? We'll let you decide. They'll start out here with a jet sweep. And he is going to lose yardage here. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Well, as a wideout, when you take that handoff and you're coming around the edge, you're expecting to see nothing but empty space in front of you. But if not...
well, things can go south in a hurry, and that's exactly what we saw on that play with a loss. On 2nd and 11 now. Herbert finds the open man. It's Mike Williams. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And now 3rd down and 6 to go. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Going to throw on 3rd down with Herbert. And he'll just get rid of it. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's 4th down. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get the 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
Here's J.K. Scott set to do the punting honors. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Fielded at about the 28. 43 yards on the punt. 7-yard return. And it'll be Raiders football 1st and 10. Las Vegas' offense back out there ready to go. And, Charles, nothing like squaring off with a division opponent, a division rival in Week 1. Do you like that they are matching up this early, or would you prefer a game like this be a few weeks down the road?
I actually like the early matchup for a few reasons, Brandon. First of all, it allows you to see that in the entire offseason and know, hey, right out of the gate, we're playing a division game. Second part is it spreads them out a little bit. If you just have them all bunched up at the end of the year, that's not as much fun watching teams try to survive that gauntlet when you do have injuries down the stretch. And last but not least, let's face it, we're TV people. What a great game to sell right out of the gate. That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
Square button. Square button.
A first down carry for Barkley. He doesn't find a ton of space following the display of quick feet down just inside the 45. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense the next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
Shotgun pass, Y shallow cross.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Square button.
Card out of throw.
Square button.
Quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
That's just flat out a terrific play because it's rare that you see a hitch route batted down. That means someone read that one really well and was right on the spot when the ball got to the receiver.
Option is set to play action pass. Play Havertz. A post white cross.
And they'll need to get to the 35 if they want to keep this drive going on 3rd down.
Triangle button.
They fake the handoff. Now Carr. Able to find Waller. That's complete. And he is going to have the Raiders first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds him for the first down.
Entering play call. Havertz. A post white cross. Close a post. A Florida dive.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. On play action. Now Carr. Rolling to his left. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal.
Entering play call. Play type. Formation. Player. Error. Darren Waller. Davon Diaz. Jacob John. Dylan Coe. Derek Carr. Hunter Renfro. Saquon Barkley. Saquon. Empty and count. AHP inside zone.
They'll try and run for it with Barkley. He showed off the athletic juke, but it didn't buy him a whole lot of real estate. Give him 4 on the carry there at 2nd and goal.
As long as you've been the air attack has gotten them down here, but now is where you start to lean on that running game. That's a good pickup there on 1st and goal.
On 2nd and goal, Carr, and he's got Renfro in the end zone. Touchdown, Raiders. A great play there. There to make the grab. And the Raiders are able to cash in for 6. So a good start to the campaign so far for them here in week 1.
Yeah, all the things that you dreamed about in April and May and that you worked on in July and August, getting ready for this game, it's all coming together so far.
Categories. You have 15 options. That attempt is selected.
Carlson now to add the extra point. And he atones for his miss the first time around, as this one is up and good to extend their lead. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And it was Hunter Renfro who capped things off with a touchdown reception.
We have 6 options. Kickoff left is selected.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. A fairly short kick from the 14. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. They find themselves down 13-0 here as they try to get things started offensively. 1st and 10.
6 categories.
They started on the ground with Eckler, and he'll be tackled just past the 35 at the 36. The UCLA product, Kenny Young, had the tackle.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
From the 36, Herbert. He'll get this out wide to Eckler. Short completion, just 4 yards. And it'll leave him with 3rd and a full yard to go.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
They'll try to pick up the first with Eckler. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
Yeah, they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 6 categories.
On 1st down, it's Herbert. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Rock Ya-Sin. And the Raiders are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
The offense takes the field, and we turn our attention to Saquon Barkley. He's over 40 yards here in the 2nd quarter. Been nice and effective for them, hasn't he?
He's definitely been dependable, and really shouldn't underestimate what he's getting done here, because anytime you're on a pace that's going to approach 100 yards, you've really done some damage in an NFL game.
And now he's looking just to add to his totals.
Inside zone.
Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. They'll find his tight end. That's Waller.
Now that's staying ahead of the chains. Really good pickup on 1st down, hitting the tight end there. Now it brings up a 2nd and manageable.
Just found a hole in that zone.
Entering play call. Player. Formation. Play type. Special. RPO. Run. Pass. Option is set to screen pass. Option is set to Hail Mary 3. Option is set to play action pass. Play action pass print HD flat. Pass switch dig.
And they'll employ the jumbo set now on 2nd and 1. On play action, it's Carr. Rush coming, and he's taken down. They overload him that time of the safety blitz, and he winds up being dropped for a loss of 7. Just not much a quarterback can do there, CD. The pressure was in his face almost instantaneously, led to a very quick sack.
And they decided to go with the safety blitz there. And look, if that gets picked up, the quarterback really has the advantage then because they'll have more time to throw the football and some wide open space. But when it doesn't,
That's a guy who gets a free run into the backfield, and oftentimes the QB ends up on his backside as he did there.
Now a play fake. Carr.
Square button.
And a throw there going to be incomplete.
That might be the third down stop that they needed because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
Here's A.J. Cole now to punt this one away. And here's a very low-line drive, almost whiffed on it. And this one will be touchdown inside the 40-yard line. The offense for Los Angeles returns to the field. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
And everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And the Raiders have got him. Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play. This offense continues to shoot themselves in the foot. And here, another sack.
All game long, we've seen missed assignments, which have led to turnovers, sacks. This group has not played well at all here in the first half.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 6 categories.
So after the sack, here's 2nd and 14. Now it's Herbert. This is swung out to Eckler. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39.
There are 6 categories.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Herbert now. The completion good. This is Eric Ebron. So the completion good for 7 there. And that'll bring up 4th down.
I thought maybe when he caught, he'd have a good chance of getting that first down, but that's a nice job of holding him up and preventing him from getting to the sticks.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 6 categories.
Here's J.K. Scott now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. Yeah, he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. Charles, a very uninspired effort. The last time we saw them out there was a quick 3 and out, and they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
Draw. FB run. QB run. Inside handoff.
Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at the 20.
Cross button. Cross button. Square button.
He'll drop it off with Saquon Barkley. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2. And it brings up 2nd down.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature in the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
From the 22, here's 2nd and 8.
Square button. Cross button.
Now Carr.
Cross button.
Caught outright by Renfro. It'll go down as a gain of 6. And now 2 yards to go on third down.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helps to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
Entering play call. Standard pass. Play run. Outside. AHD off tackle. AHD stretch.
This offense so far on third down, they've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This time they face a 3rd and 2. They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And he is going to lose yardage here. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Entering play call. Coach suggestions. There are 8 categories. You have 12 options. Punt is selected.
Here's A.J. Cole now as he's on to punt for Las Vegas. It'll be a net of 40 yards there following a 43-yard punt, 3-yard return, and out will come the offense as they take over. L.A. set to take over again on offense. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He'd love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
Herbert on first down now. Quick hitter here, it's complete.
Entering
now the Chargers hustling, trying to get up and get set. Looking to throw again on second down. Herbert. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Well, this is a half where not just the coverage, but the entire defense is setting the tone in this game.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on third down. Again, Herbert. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And fourth down now coming up.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Here's J.K. Scott now as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. This is taken at the 15. And that'll be a return of 12 following a very nice punt. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. The Raiders offense coming back out onto the field. And not an abundance of time remains on the clock, Charles, but you would think more than enough to try to extend this lead before intermission.
And when you're talking about extending the lead, I think you're talking about aiming for the end zone because there is plenty of time for that. The fallback is to get 3. But in your mind, you put 6 on the board right before the half. That's a heck of a dagger and great momentum to carry into the locker room.
On first down, Carr.
Square button.
Working the middle here. That's complete to Moreau, the tight end. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, The alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Entering, inside cross, HP draw, inside cross.
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down.
Square
Throwing
button.
now is Carr.
Circle button. Cross
And his
button.
throw is incomplete.
Entering play call.
That is the first time that they've targeted him that he has not come down with a catch.
He's caught everything that's been thrown his way. A dominant pass receiver that can break down any defense, because when he's doing that kind of work, it really hurts you on the back end.
And even though it's an incompletion there, I think they're going back to that well.
Option is set to shotgun pass. Option is set to play action pass. Play converts.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10.
Cross button.
Off the play fake, he'll look to
R1
throw.
button.
That's to the sideline incomplete. A nifty
Entering
job to
play
make
call.
the catch,
Play
but the
action
throw took
pass.
him right out of
6.
bounds.
Play
That
tight,
helps the
run.
completion percentage, but not much
Option
else,
set
and
to
now it's 3rd and 10.
RPO.
But he caught it right at the
Run.
line of scrimmage, and before he could even
Pass.
think about advancing it forward, he
Option
got
is set
hit.
to screen
Great
pass.
tackling, because that's what you're taught.
Pass.
Don't
Option
give
is set
up
to
yards
screen
after
pass.
the
Well
catch,
placed.
and most offenses make a
Screen.
living
Double
off
your
of
screen.
yards after catch. Those hidden yards that may not go into the score sheet, but they count big for moving the ball and stretching the field. Really nice open field tackle.
R1 button.
Carr to throw again.
Circle button. Square button.
And the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with
Entering
37
play
seconds to
call.
play
Coach
in this
suggestions.
first
There are 8
half.
categories. You have 12 options. Punt is selected.
Here's A.J. Cole now, as he's on to punt for Vegas. Oh, it's a wobbler here. Looking up into the roof, and he muffs it. It's loose.
And that's what friends are for.
Right. As the returner, you know who you're buying dinner for later.
Oh, without a doubt, because he just took care of you and your team in a big way. You know, you turned it over there. That's a big momentum changer and put your defense in a bad spot.
Entering play call. Coach suggestions. There are 6 categories. Cover 1 contain.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47.
Meanwhile, Herbert's throw there complete to Allen.
Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime.
Entering play call. Coach suggestions. There are 6 categories.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. And this will be well too low for him to bring in. It's incomplete.
This defense is going to have to finish the job. There's still a
Entering
second
play
half that they have to
call. Coach
play. But
suggestions.
so far,
There are 6
an absolute
categories.
total effort. They've disrupted the passing game, stressed the pocket for the quarterback. They forced him into errant throws. Everything they're doing has been executed well.
So line of scrimmage still at 39 on 2nd and 10. Herbert. He finds his target, Allen. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. Chargers going to use their 3rd and final timeout, as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. Right hash, 37-yard attempt. Hopkins' kick is good. And they will indeed get on the board here, but still trailing. It's now 13-3. Well, still trailing here, but they do get the late field goal. Now their defense will try to keep this score right where it is heading into the locker room.
Yeah, and trailing at the break, you obviously don't want to go in off of a negative play. Give them credit for that one. Finding a way to put points on the board, give them any type of a spark, anything to build off of as they try and plan a comeback.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And with 10 seconds left, not really enough time to put something together. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down. It's a pickup of 7, and it is also the final play of the first half. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend as we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach?
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. And welcome back to football, everybody. We've got a full slate of 16 games here to start the new season. So let's take our first trip around the NFL. We'll start by heading out west to Glendale, Arizona. And it's the Chiefs who have the lead in the second quarter. Marquez Valdez-Scantling, a touchdown reception. From there, we head east to Detroit to check on the Lions at home at Ford Field. And things didn't work out for them as they fall to the visiting Philadelphia Eagles. Jalen Hurts, 2 touchdown passes as his guys are able to get the victory in their season opener. Lastly, let's head up to the Twin Cities to check in on the Vikings at home in Minneapolis. And they trail that one over the visiting Green Bay Packers. Aaron Jones has a touchdown on the ground. On now to a check on the next-gen stats for the Raiders in that first half. And it was important for them to get the season off on the right foot. And they've done just that, thanks to a very solid outing by their passing offense thus far. Meanwhile, for the Chargers, they weren't quite as successful throwing the ball as their counterparts were, but they still were able to move the ball reasonably well in that first half. It's a new season, so both of these coaching staffs likely making plenty of adjustments after that first half of football. So for the call of the second half here in week 1, we go back to Brandon and Charles.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And he will not bring it out. It's a touchback. Out comes the Chargers as they'll go on offense now to start this third quarter. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively. Virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well, and they've kept them around in this game. Now, they've got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
Chandler Jones so quick. He was the one that got in to stop that one before it got started.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 6 categories.
Let's go, man. Let's rock and roll. Let's go,
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Back to throw here, Herbert. And he'll find his man on the out route. That's Allen. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a first down.
But that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 6 categories.
running on first down, Eckler. Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Herbert. Trying to force it to Allen, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Nate Hobbs.
Well, I certainly think that we're seeing a big reason why this team is struggling to put points on the board so far, because too many of their drives have ended in turnovers already, and we still have almost a full half of football yet to play.
So here comes the Raiders offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. And their defense just helped them out by getting the football back on the opening drive here of the second half. And now can the offense follow through with points on their first possession?
And that's a big one for them, because after the work the defense has done, they've got a chance here to open up this lead.
Screen. HD slip screen. Cross button.
Now after the INT, it's Carr.
Circle
They'll
button.
set up the screen to Barkley. And he'll just get back to the line of scrimmage, if that. And with a flag on the field. And that one looks to be in the area where someone was held.
Entering
So they were looking to throw, holding on the big right tackle.
It's real simple, partner. Keep your hands inside in the chest area. You're probably okay. You get it out on the shoulders, get them wide. Usually going to pick up a holding
Option
call.
is set to quick pass 13 place. Quick pass there. Y stick. Stick.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20.
Triangle
Carr.
button. Triangle button.
Quickly a slant to Renfro. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of, until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
Triangle
To
button.
throw again on second down. Carr back to Renfro again. Complete. And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion
Entering
there.
play
Keeps the sticks moving.
Pass. There are 6 categories. Play. Run. Formation. There are 8 single back. Ace slot out. HB draw.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Cross button. Square button.
Barkley inside handoff. And he'll run straight into a wall of tacklers at the line of scrimmage. It's 2nd down. During that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. While the medical staff checks on him, we'll step aside in this Week 1 contest.
Entering play call. Formation. There are 8. Play type. There are run. Pass. Option is set to standard pass. Option is set to shotgun pass 100. Option is set to play action pass 6. Play action. Pass sprint HB flat. Coverts. A post Y cross.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. On play action. Now Carr on the move to his left. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
And Havertz. Patissimo. Play hike there. Run. Counter. AHB counter. Option is set to under. MTN counter STR.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20.
Circle button.
Up the middle with Barkley. And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Option is set to shotgun pass. Option is set to play action pass. Option is set to screen pass 12. Option is set to Hail Mary 3. Option is set to quick pass 13 play. Quick pass. Y stick. Stick.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Cross button.
To throw, it's Carr.
R2 button.
And they're going to get this down inside the 15. Now it looks like we've got a Raider here, slow to get up. More from L.A. in a moment.
Entering play call. Play hike. Error. Formation. Error. Player. Error. Hunter and front. Sacklenberg. Top. Sacklenberg. Option is set to undefined. Option is set to undefined. Hunter at Sacklenberg. Sacklen. MTN counter est. AHB dive.
Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. Here's a give to Barkley. And boy, he is very close to a 1st down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. It's a 5-yard pickup, but spotted a few chain links short of the 1st, so a little bit of decision time here coming up on 4th down.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense get a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard.
Entering play call. Coach Sig. Double slant. FB dive. Gun plan. Error. Coach suggest. Recent play. Personnel. Error. Play type. Formation. Player. Error. Hunter and Saquon Barkley. Saquon. Posprint HB. MTN AHB. MTN count. AHB dive.
One down.
Cross button.
They'll run with Barkley. Able to convert on 4th to bring up 1st and goal. That's a big 3 yards right there. Thought they might throw the football with a little chunk that they had remaining on 4th down, but they ran it. They got it.
And the reason they were able to get it done, he ran that play with conviction, didn't he? Understood he would get a little bit of help from his friends up front, but it was really on him to go ahead and make the power move and get it done, and that he did.
Entering play call. Posprint HB. MTN AHB. MTN count. AHB dive.
They'll run it again with Barkley. And he is going to lose yardage here. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down.
And now defensively, you have to look at this like the game's on the line. It's just the 3rd quarter, but another touchdown given up here could really spell an end to their chances. So they need to toughen up and keep them out of the end zone.
Player, formation, category, play type, run, pass. Option is set to standard pass. Option is set to shotgun pass. Option is set to play action pass. Option is set to screen pass. Option is set to Hail Mary free. Option is set to quick pass 30. Quick Y stick.
It's 2nd and goal. Back to the 8-yard line now.
Cross button.
Now they'll throw with Carr. And it's caught. The catch good for 6 yards, but now it's 3rd and goal.
He kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
A big play if you think about it right now in this season opener. It's 3rd and goal.
Triangle button.
Now Carr.
Arrow button.
And this is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. 3rd touchdown pass now for Derek Carr. And the Raiders are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
We have 15 options. Pat attempt is selected.
Carlson on for the PAT. He missed one earlier, remember, but this time he gets it to go. So that one a long 11-play drive. And Devontae Adams able to finish things with a touchdown reception.
Play call, special teams. You have 6 options. Kickoff left is selected.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And no return here for Reed. This will be a touchback. The Chargers ready to take over. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Herbert and the Chargers now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. He'll hand off here to Eckler. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
The previous run good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. They go jet sweep here with Williams. That one a first down pickup of 8. Well, we've seen running backs in today's NFL get involved in the passing game. Maybe it's about time more receivers like that get involved in the running game.
And that is something we are seeing more and more in this league, no question about it. That wasn't the biggest of gains, but it was enough to get them a first down. And it continues to test the defense. They have to think on every play about who might end up with the ball.
And he works his way forward to pick up 4 yards there. 2nd down.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
They'll try the air now with Herbert. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Here's Herbert. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
Well, this is just a continuation of what we saw in the first half. So much for the fresh start to begin the 3rd quarter. Still off-target throws, no rhythm throwing the football, and obviously no touchdown scored in this game.
Here's J.K. Scott now as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. Oh, this is off the side of his foot. And this punt goes out of bounds, and it'll be marked inside the 40. Derek Carr and the Raiders set for their next possession. He really continues to pick apart this defense. Last drive, perfect, and it culminated in his third touchdown pass.
As long as we've been doing this, how many times has a player in this type of a zone described the game as really slowed down? So right now, instead of warp speed, it's
snail
space. Snail space for him, and he can do whatever he wants. Feels like he has all the time in the world to throw the ball, and his offensive line has been giving him that.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Cross-cutting.
They fake the handoff. Now Carr.
Cross-cutting.
And he'll get this underneath, dropping it off for Barkley.
They'll give him 4 yards there. And that'll bring up a 3rd down.
And a nice gain and a broken tackle along the way. And really, we shouldn't be surprised, should we? That's what runners do, especially the best ones. They break tackles and gain extra yardage.
Play tight. RPO. Special. Pass. Option is set to Hail Mary 3. Option is set to screen pass. Option is set to play action pass. Option is set to shotgun pass. Option is set to standard pass third. Option is set to quick pass third. Quick. Y stick.
An extra defensive back on the field for the Chargers now on 3rd down.
Cross button.
Here's Carr.
R1 button. R2 button.
It's caught here by Adams. And he is going to have the Raiders first down by about 3 yards or so as they wind up getting 7 there on 3rd and 4.
And that's understanding where the markers are, because it's not just running to them. Because on the catch, you can actually be pushed back before the first down. It's getting past it and allowing that opportunity to drift back towards the first down line and still having picked it up. Really well run.
Entering play call. Y stick. Stick. Double slant. Triangle
From
button.
midfield, here's
Triangle
Carr.
button.
Renfro bringing it in over the middle. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. 19 yards there on the catch and run.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
Hail Mary. Play type. Their formation. Their player. Their Hunter and Saquon Barkley. Saquon. Post-print AHB misdirection. Close zone STRG. AHB misdirection.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Circle button.
A handoff to Barkley. And he is going to lose yardage here. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Cross-cutting.
Running again with Barkley on 2nd down. And he will cross the 30 down to the 29-yard line. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. More from L.A. in a moment.
Entering play call. Player. Error. Formation. Error. Play type. Run. RPO. Special. Pass. Option is set to quick pass 13 play. Quick pass. Y stick.
Seventh play of the drive forthcoming on 3rd and 8.
Triangle button. Circle
Carr
button.
gonna throw.
R1 button. R1 button.
Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. Multiple defenders there to drop him for a loss of 4.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead, and thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass
Entering
rushers.
play call, coach suggestions. There are 8 categories. You have 15 options. Field goal 50 yards. Gun plan. There are 8. Player. There are 8. Cat. Formation. There are 8. Play type. There are run. Pass. Quick pass. Y stick. Stick.
What now?
R1 button. Triangle
They'll
button.
go for it. It's
Triangle
Carr.
button.
Got his man complete over the middle. That's Adams. And he is going to have a Raiders first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive. The conversion is successful with a sizable gain of 13, and the decision to go for it looks like a smart one.
Okay. This is like watching paint dry.
Entering plate. Y stick. Y stick. Play type. Run. Inside. AHD power G.
Now!
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10.
R2
And
button.
he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Josh Jacobs, his first rushing touchdown on the year. And the Raiders are able to cash in for 6. Charles, a well-drawn-up play, beautifully executed, and look at the scoreboard and where we're at in the second half. They are on their way to a 1-0 start to this season.
Exactly what every team in the league dreams of. Winning your season opener, getting off to
Entering
that
play
good start,
call,
and building confidence for the rest
there
of the
are 8
season.
categories. You have 15 options. Pad attempt is selected.
Carlson now to add the extra point. And this is off the left upright, but he banks it through. How about that one? So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. And it was capped off by a touchdown run from Josh Jacobs. On as the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. A fairly short kick from the 14. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape up past the 30. L.A. readies for its next possession. Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
A little jet sweep to start the drive. And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Defensively, they had that one pretty well figured out.
Yeah, and one of the things about this play, it can be even more effective when you run a lot of motion, and there's plenty of times you don't hand it off. On
2nd down, Eckler. Still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to third down.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Herbert now. Able to hook up with Williams here on the out route. And he is going to have the Chargers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
And he takes it across midfield to the 45. 42 yards rushing for him now to this point.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Here's Herbert. They'll find Everett there, complete. And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Herbert will give this one to Eckler. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And all the way in for a Charger touchdown. Austin Eckler, 40 yards. And the Chargers are able to cut into that deficit. This opening game has certainly not gone their way to this point, but, that touchdown, maybe a glimmer of hope for the long season ahead.
And no one in this league likes to talk about moral victories. No one likes to really just say, okay, well, maybe something went right. But you're exactly right about that. A little glimmer there. Maybe they can carry it over moving forward.
They'll try and run it up the middle. And this time the yards won't come so easy as they'll, in fact, tackle him behind the line.
I have to admit, I love the excitement of a two-point try. To see what's going to happen, and it happens pretty quickly, doesn't it? You get an answer, and in this case, it was unsuccessful for the guys trying it.
Completely unrelated. I just realized that I stole both of your pins in this last game. My bad, partner.
Hey, that's okay. Well, and just in the time they went for 2.
Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. Taken in at the 3. And they'll be backed up to start this drive as he's taken down right around the 15. The Raiders offense now, they trot back out. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the third quarter. Your 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their own 15. They begin with a run by Barkley. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down.
Well, you don't turn your nose up at a gain of 4, do you? They'll take that on 1st down. Playbook's got to be pretty well open on 2nd and 6.
Player, formation, play type, RPO, run, pass. Option is set to Hail Mary free. Option is set to screen pass 12. Option is set to play action pass 6. Option is set to shotgun pass. Option is set to standard pass 30. Stand X slice across.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Cross button.
Carr down to throw.
Cross button.
And that's complete to Adams. And he's he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. McCarr finding his former college teammate Adams there for the Raider first.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them, and these guys have been taking advantage so far.
HB draw.
Hey, what we got?
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
Coach suggests recent plays. Coach suggests unplanned. There are 8 categories. Coach suggests unplanned player. There are Saquon Barkley, Osprint HB flat, HB misdirection.
So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33.
Cross button.
On the draw, this is Barkley, and he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces, and I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Y stick.
On 2nd and 9, Carr. He's going to find and complete it to Renfro. And it appears we have a Charger shaken up on that last play. More from L.A. in a moment.
Entering plate. Y stick.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
R1 button. Triangle
Carr
button.
going to try and throw
Triangle
on 3rd
button.
down. He dumps it off to Barkley. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough. What a throw right there for the first down. He has taken some real punishment in this game, but still standing in the pocket completing that one.
He's a flat-out warrior. There's no question about that. How about him stepping up into the teeth of the rush and delivering there for that big strike and that big pickup.
A couple of first downs has the football positioned at the 43 as they come up 1st and 10. Carr going to give it to Jacobs. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
Square button.
Now Saquon Barkley. And he'll take this for about 4 up to the 46-yard line. And it appears we have a Charger shaken up on that last play. More from L.A. in a moment.
Entering play call. Bunch trail. 26 low alert. Double slants. Stretch alert bubble. Double slants.
This will be the 8th play of the drive. It's 3rd and 7.
Circle button.
On 3rd down, Barkley. Give him 3 yards there as that'll take us to 4th down.
Entering play call. Coach suggests unplanned. Player. There are 8. Formation. Play type. There are 8. RPO. Run. Pass. Option is set to standard pass 30. Option is set to quick pass 13 place. Quick Y stick. Stick.
The Raiders do snap it. It's Carr. And it's going to be batted down, and we'll go the other way with a football. The Raiders try it on 4th down, but to no avail. And the Chargers will get the football back in excellent field position. So we were looking at each other up here in the booth when they went for that, saying, oh, wow, talk about trying to add insult to injury.
Some teams are just like that. You know, some philosophies, some coaches are like, look, when I got a chance to put some more points on the board, I don't care what the situation, I'm going to do it. And they're also the same coaches as a general rule that if someone does it to them, you won't hear people protest out of them. That's just who they are.
On 1st down, Justin Herbert. And he's got his man on the out route.
Entering play call.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. And just a yard to go here on 2nd down. Back to throw here, Herbert. Got a man over the middle. It's Williams. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 16 yards is the pickup there, and a 1st down for L.A. Well, those are the types of plays they probably wish they had made more of in the first 3 quarters. And this deficit going to be tough to overcome here in the 4th. But a nice 1st down and a pickup on that throw.
Yeah, and this is where as coaches, you're looking for effort and execution. Even though the scoreboard is going against you, you want to find out who's going to fight, who's going to scrap, who's going to keep their heads up and continue to play.
Categories.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Justin Herbert looking to pass. To the right side to Eric Ebron. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
I know exactly what's going to be said about that play from the defensive perspective.
What's that?
That's why I tell all you guys we need more than one tackler to the ball. He broke the 1st tackle. Luckily enough, there were more people there to get him down.
The offense on 3rd down, they've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This will be 3rd and 6. Again, Herbert. And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24. Credit the sack there to Chandler Jones.
But one thing I do know, these guys on defense, they don't want this game to end. They're winning by multiple touchdowns. They've shut down the opposing quarterback in a big way, and they're still picking up sacks as we approach the end of this one.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 6 categories.
Herbert jogs off, and out comes Dustin Hopkins to take this kick for L.A. on 4th down. He connected on his first, this from 41. Hopkins' kick is good, and that'll get the deficit down to 15. Well, with that field goal, you could argue they needed to get back within 2 scores, and they did indeed do that, but still a pretty uphill battle.
Still going to take 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns to get back into it. As you and I know, that's a tall order against any NFL defense. They're going to need their own defense to make some plays as well to give them an opportunity.
We're following the made field goal for 3. Hopkins now to kick it off. This taken in at the goal line. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. Here's Las Vegas ready to take the field. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
A first down carry for Barkley. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead, positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Coach suggestion. Unplanned. Clear. Category. Formation. I form. Play type. RPO. Run. Pass. Quick pass. Y stick. Stick.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Cross button.
Here's Carr to
Triangle
throw.
button. R2 button.
And he is going to lose yardage here.
Entering play call.
Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard. Heck of a play there to get to him quickly and get him down for a loss.
I think they did a really nice job getting ready for this game, scouting, watching film, and understanding defensively what the play design was.
Cross button.
Throwing his Carr on 3rd down.
R1 button.
Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down. Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has not received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
Entering play call. Coach suggestions. There are 8 categories. You have 12 options. Punt is selected.
Here's A.J. Cole now, standing just outside his own goal line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Chargers will be set up pretty well as they take over in great field position. The Charger defensive unit making their way back out there. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner. They'll run out of the gun with Eckler. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
At the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
Eckler going to get it again on 2nd down. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. They'll try to pick up the first with Eckler. Yeah, boy, a good surge defensively. It'll depend on the mark, but I'm not sure he got there. Give him a yard on the play, and he's definitely short. It'll be 4th down and a few inches. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it. Get the first down. Close it out.
They'll run for it with Eckler. And he's going to get to the 31 and enough for the first down. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on fourth down. Good spot on the field to go for it, kind of no man's land as they call it, and it worked out.
Yeah, they call it no man's land because your punter is telling you it's too short. I'm just going to punt it into the end zone. Your field goal kicker might give you a little raised eyebrow, might be too far for the field goal, so it gives you a great chance to go for it. Personally, if you have those tendencies to be aggressive as a head coach, you kind of like this spot because it gives you the decision to go ahead and go for it when you want to anyway.
Max Crosby, the one who got in there for the stop. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL, and he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to...
On Herbert, his third interception. Picked off by Nate Hobbs. And a terrific return as he takes this thing all the way down near the 20-yard line. This spot in the fourth quarter with that deficit had to throw the football. Unfortunately, there's the risk of big turnover.
And you know you're going to be throwing against nickel, dime, all sorts of exotic defenses, but you have to do it anyway. Ordinarily, you might want to run the football a little bit, try and get them out of it. But as you noted, this time of the game, this point on the clock, had to throw it.
Recent plays, coach plan, their player, their hunter and Sacklenberg, Sacklenberg, sack, bus sprint HB flat, HB dive.
Barkley inside handoff. And this will be a gain of 6 when it's all said and done. Down to the 15 from the 21. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
Second down, here's Barkley again. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on third down. That's some good tackling there to keep him short of that yellow line.
Yeah, defensively, all I'm thinking is that on that play, get me to third down. Get me into a position where I can make one more play and get my defense off the field.
Wing pair, T-drive, stretch alert, AHB dive alert, smoke.
Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1.
Triangle button. Square button.
They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And he's able to pick up the first down before he's tackled right at the 10. This offensive line starting to win up front. You win that battle in the trenches, you can kind of wear them down here late.
So you bring in the second part to that equation, and that's the big running back, the big bruiser, who can get more than what's blocked and break a few extra tackles and gain yardage.
Entering play clock, white ribs. Formation, there are 8. Play type, there are 8. Personnel, recent play, coach signature, on plan, there are. Player, there are. Second, bus sprint HB, MTN HB plunge.
So not quite a first and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10.
Cross button.
The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter.
Entering play, bus sprint HB, AHB misdirection, AHB draw. Triangle button.
Again, it's Barkley. Trying to run inside, but nothing there.
Entering play call.
Joey Bosa in on the stop.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense. Linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
button.
Up the middle with Barkley.
R2 button.
And he'll fight his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
In order to play really good run defense when you're playing a 3-4, those three guys up front, the nose tackle and the guys they call the defensive ends, they're usually big people because they're going to have to eat up a lot of blockers because it's usually 5-on-3. And when they do their job well, guys who play on the inside, those inside linebackers, they're able to just roam and hit.
An extra cornerback now in the game for the Chargers here on third. Now Carr.
R1 button. R1 button.
And he's got it. Touchdown. Make it 4 touchdown passes now for Derek Carr. And the Raiders are closing in on a winning start to the year as they extend their fourth quarter lead. So this looking more and more like it is going to be a successful kickoff to their campaign as they add on here.
And partner, you know NFL coaches, they're on the sideline thinking about all the little things that need correcting. But for the most part, they've got to be ecstatic with the way this season has started out.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 8 categories over 15 options. That attempt is selected.
And the lead opens up now to 22 points. That time a 6-play drive. And it winds up in 6 points for the Raiders.
Entering play call, special teams. You have 6 options. Kickoff left is selected.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. A fairly short kick from the 14. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And whatever promise they showed in the preseason has not translated into week 1 because they have not been particularly competitive here at home, no less. So these fans just kind of beside themselves right now. Herbert going to lead up the Chargers here, 1st and 10, just shy of the 30. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. It's caught on the right side. Williams. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it's 2nd down. Now it's Herbert. And that is incomplete here.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
The Chargers on 3rd down, just a 20% success rate at 2 of 10. Here it's 3rd and 3. Here's Herbert. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Trayvon Mullen. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. But here in the 4th quarter, defensively, you know that you're just going to blanket the field with defensive backs and say, okay, take your best shot. And that time, it's intercepted.
And we've often seen teams go into the prevent early, way too early, and sometimes they get too soft in their coverages. But not in this case. They understood the situation and played it with the proper aggression.
Now the Vegas offense heading back out there. And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable 4th quarter lead.
Empty and AHP plunge.
1st and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look.
Circle button. Square button.
Here's a give to Barkley. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I can be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column.
Coach suggestions, recent plays, personnel, 1 RB bar 1, play type, RPO, run, pass. Option is set to standard pass 30. Option is set to quick pass 30. Quick pass, stick. Cross button.
From the 27, Carr under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. Austin Johnson gets the sack defensively. So that time, Charles, quarterback helpless really in the pocket in the face of a pass rush like that. They were on him instantly.
And this came from the interior of the defensive line. And these guys, they're normally anchors of that spot. And they don't often get clear shots at the quarterback. But in this case, he got past the center and the guard in no time and got there to make the play.
Triangle button.
Carr.
Circle button.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Adams. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. A gain of 8 there on the play. And that's going to make it fourth down.
A short game that doesn't get them the first down brings up a fourth down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before.
Saquon Barkley. Inside zone.
Carr to throw forward on fourth down.
Cross button. Triangle button.
To the sideline, and he's got it. They say the feet are down. Yes, the line judge says they're in. That'll be a first down. How about them biting off 15 yards there on the fourth down attempt and keeping the drive alive?
I didn't like the play call. I loved it. Running situation for sure on fourth and short. They got the defense to commit too many men in the box to stop the run and have the guts to go for the pass instead. And as a result, they're set up first and goal.
Entering play clock. Player. Error. Hunter at Saquon Barkley. Sack. Sprint HB misdirection.
Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on first and goal.
Circle button.
They'll try and run forward with Barkley. Try to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play.
AHB misdirection. Close zone ST. AHB dive. Quick pitch. AHB dive.
Nothing on first down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line, second and goal. Another try for Barkley. They showed off the athletic juke. Good little gain there. Not a whole lot of real estate, but a nice carry.
Yeah, another good run there. He's been such a big part of their success here this afternoon. And that last carry, it puts him over 100 yards now for the day.
The ball mere inches from the white line on third and goal. And Barkley will try to punch it in. And a nice move will yield nothing as he stopped behind the line. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's fourth down. To throw his car. A hit as he throws, and this is going to be incomplete. An incompletion there on fourth and goal from the 3. And the Chargers hold tight down near the goal line.
Pass is selected. Defend medium pass. You have 37 options. Cover one route.
The Charger drive about to get going. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wound. Herbert has it knocked free, and the Raiders pick it up, and that will write a finish to this ball game. Well, this was not just the opener of a brand new season, but this was a division game here in week 1. And to come through with a 1-0 start against a division opponent gives you a little something extra heading forward for the rest of the season.
Yeah, let's pile it all into one game, right? Opening the season, and you open within the division. You knew the motivation was going to be there on both sidelines. One just executed better and earned the win.
So for Las Vegas, they begin the new year 1-0 as they come out victorious here.
Entering post-game screen, you have 5 options. Finish game is selected.